You're listening to the thunderous WrestleHorror podcast. I'm the Thunderbird, baby. That was thunderous, baby. That was all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WrestleHorror. Greetings, viewers and listeners. Meathook Jim here, the WrestleHorror podcast. With me, as always, my co-host, Donnie Hoover. Donnie, Halloween's over. We're running towards Thanksgiving. What's going on, man?
Oh, just busy as usual. Yeah, so I don't know what to do with myself on the weekends now that the haunt season's over. I ain't going to no scary houses, spooky houses, and grabbing and scaring people. I don't know what to do with myself.
Joining us on this episode of the WrestleHorror podcast is a young man that we are both familiar with in various different ways. He is the self-proclaimed greatest wrestler in the Midwest area. I am, of course, talking about the Thunderbird Jake Ely.
The Thunderbird Jake Ely. Why you got to roll your eyes when you say that, Jim? What's up with that? What's up with that?
I want somebody to hand me a belt.
Why don't you just make one like you did for your boy, the Paragon, baby? What's up with that? You're just handing out belts now. You see this, Donnie? I don't know who you got in charge over there, or you just letting people make belts for people.
Yes, he's got a valid point. I can't argue it as bad as I want to.
I will digress, but Paragon beat you.
Listen. If I remember right, I was distracted by some bald dude sitting next to the side of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, touch your bald head right there. Listen. Paragon slipped, and then he landed on top of me, and the ref counted very, very fast. Okay, Keith doesn't like me. Okay, Donnie, I don't know why you keep scheduling him with my matches. Okay, that's not cool. You really need to. I need someone else.
Luck of the
Keith
draw.
Like
that's all it is. Luck of the draw.
No, you don't. Keith don't like me. He slips those. He changes the card to make sure he's on my match. Is what I'm saying, and he screws me every time. He screwed me against Marion. He screwed me against the other guy, and then he screwed me against Paragon. Keith, every time, dude. Every time.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jake, I'm going to throw you a bone here.
Okay.
And you are the self-proclaimed greatest wrestler in the Midwest. I'm going to do you right here, okay?
For sure. I'm listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our special guest, the Thunderbird, Jake Ely.
Now give me a caca. Put a caca in there.
Caca! Jake, what's going on, man?
Not a lot, dude. Just living here in the beautiful city of Akron, Ohio. The greatest place in the Midwest, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they almost beat my Buckeyes the other night. I was sweating that game.
First to score, baby. First to score.
Yeah, I was sweating that game for sure.
We put the butt whooping on that fourth string you guys threw at us.
I'm talking about basketball.
I don't much. Listen. The Thunderbird is. We all know the Thunderbird, being the tallest guy in the room, is obviously the best basketball player that there ever lived.
Right. Yeah, no, they played them Monday night, I think, and we only beat them by 1 point, and that was a last-second shot to win the game. They almost beat them.
Yeah. Actually, no, true story. Back in high school, I was wrestling, getting ready for a wrestling tournament, and we was playing basketball, just messing around, and I blew my knee out. That was the end of my sports in high school. So
that was the end of your basketball career.
Don't really get along. Yeah.
I can definitely relate to that. I blew out my knee in high school as well, Jake. So I get it.
Wasn't fun. Wasn't
No,
fun.
no, not at all. It was, I got clipped, tore my MCL, and no, I was done at that point.
All right. And then wrestling, dude, I'm fragile, man. I'm fragile. I'm young and I'm falling apart, man. I got bird legs, dude. My bones are hollow.
Ain't got nothing in them.
That's why it's so easy to body slam you.
Right. Actually, people forget. Yeah, dude. People forget how light I am, and then they just throw me around like it's nothing.
Yeah. Makes for good theatrics, though, so that's a plus.
Now, could you imagine Jake and Onyx in a match?
Yeah. Hey, never say never.
Onyx would be curling you with one arm, dude.
Dude.
That would actually be a great spot. Just have him start curling him.
I'm gonna start bringing the body slams back.
There you go.
I'm gonna Andre everybody.
Right.
There
So-
you go.
Jake, what I like to ask this question, especially I like to get to know more about the talent and the people that I work with, and even people I don't work with. And what really got you started in pro wrestling?
Oh, dude. I just ever since I honestly I don't remember like cautious, you know where I'm trying to say. I don't remember a time in my life where I wasn't a wrestling fan and didn't want to be a wrestler. You know what I mean? I can remember when I was young. I think one of the first matches I can actually remember was, I think it was on SmackDown. It was Rob Van Dam and Rey Mysterio against I think it was a 4-way tag actually, and it was them two and the Basham brothers and Eddie and Booker T, I think, were the tag champs at the time. And I don't remember the other team. I think it was them dudes that rolled around with Kurt Angle, Mark Jindrak and the other guy. I forget his name, but that was like one of the first matches I can remember. And I think ever since that I just fell in love with wrestling, man, for real. I've always wanted to do it. I somehow, by the grace of God, I ended up in this business. So it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I actually remember your start back in the day because OCW had recently sold, Jeff Cannon recently sold OCW to Jeremy. And then him and Tank found that school, which I thought was an amazing location. And
for sure, man.
And then Tank opened up his training center, and I think you and a few others, and I think even you and Chuck and a couple others were the first students to sign up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had it's crazy now that it's just me and Chuck and Natalie, I guess. Mm-hmm. Natalie was in that first class too, but it's just we're the last three remaining now. I think that class was originally like 12 people.
Mm-hmm. That's how it works. Yeah, some of them just fall off.
Man. It's nuts.
It's not made for everybody.
Oh, dude, you're telling me, right? Everybody thinks they can do it, and then nobody wants to travel, nobody wants to work, nobody wants to do the job. So,
what is it? Cody Hawk says, "Earn your spot."
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and like I say, that's one of the things I like about you is, like I said, you was always at practice when Tank and them did it with the OCW camp, and then you go to seminars, just like you came down for the brutal Bob Evans seminar and participated, and you made a good impression on him. And, like you said, you just basically, you do whatever's asked. And your thing that you say to me all the time, I kind of chuckle about is like, I can't tell you no, Donnie. So, and just like with this podcast, I was like, hey, you want to come on and talk some stuff on the podcast? And you're just like, I can't tell you no. So that's a great attitude to have, and like I said, it's paying off for you because you're getting out there and you're getting some work.
For sure. Plus I love the sound of my own voice. So I had no problem jumping on this thing.
Right. Your own voice soothes you.
Maybe you should start trying ring announcing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Maybe. Put myself over before the bell even goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's my problem. I try to do every now and then. I jump on commentary there at OCW, and I have to remind myself that it's not about me. It's I gotta talk about the guys in the ring.
It turns into the Jake Ely show.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not opposed to a bribe to put you over during ring announcing. So just saying.
Oh, is that how it works? See, Donnie, I said they were throwing bribes around. We got to check Keith's pockets next time, okay?
We might have to.
That's fun. So you mentioned Rob Van Dam. Was he a big influence for you, or who were your biggest influences?
For sure, Van Dam. Oh man, SmackDown had they had that cruiserweight division, in I'm talking like the early 2000s. They had I think that was because I was always into the smaller dudes. Anyways, I mean, and
Knew it.
This is me saying. I mean, when I'm a kid, I think I'm gonna end up being 6'2", weighing 300 pounds, just throwing people around. That's kind of not how things turned out, but. But yeah, man, I think Eddie Guerrero probably, I think he was I draw most of my influence, I think, from him, the Hardy Boys. Yeah, I mean, my style basically in the ring, I like to think is a little mix of like Jeff Hardy and I throw a little Eddie in there, some Chris Jericho, but for sure, man. I was a big WWE guy when I was younger.
No, there's no coming for taste, but sorry, I grew up in the South. It was WCW.
I feel that. Sorry you lost there, bud.
AEW now is kicking ass and taking names, but in spite of that, you're definitely the cruiserweight body style for sure. And on the times I've watched you perform, you're definitely a high flyer, and I've seen some of those influences with your moveset. So, I mean, I think you've got a good niche in being a cruiserweight type wrestler.
For sure. I try to stay grounded as much as possible. Especially, being me, I'm fragile. I'm not lying. So it was. I don't. Plus, I'm pretty much blind. So. I have bad depth perception, man. I'm not good at jumping.
How many potatoes have you thrown in matches because of that depth perception?
Oh, dude, at least one. At least one per match, I would think.
It's just kind of known.
I usually they usually have no problem throwing one back. So
all right.
Hey, how many receipts do you get? So
oh yeah, all of them. How many receipts do I owe is the real question. You guys are violent out here, man.
So you started your career as a face, and now you've kind of transitioned over to the heel side of wrestling. Which one do you prefer in your mind?
Oh, heel for sure. I mean, if I had the choice, I don't mind doing either. But if I got the choice, I love being I mean, it's so much easier to piss people off. You know what I mean? It's it's so fun.
Yeah,
when
agreed.
When you're the good guy, you just beg. I feel like you're just a beggar. You're just please cheer for me. Please be my friend. Please cheer me on. I mean, I can do it. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just like pissing them off instead, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't want you to like me.
It's way more fun. Plus they go, who's this Oompa Loompa whooping ass up here? Why is he so cocky? What's he got to be cocky about?
Hey, you get the job done, huh?
Right.
Yeah, he's the Temple of Terror champion.
Right.
Absolutely. A title which I earned.
Well, that's still up for debate, but
Yeah. You gonna make me a title next? What's up with that, Jim?
Oh, you want what? You want a Thunderbird title? Is that what you
Yeah,
want?
absolutely. I want a Thunderbird title. I want a Captain Columbus title. I want them all, dude.
I do have a title belt I could put your name on, but you don't like haunted houses, so I'm sorry.
I just listen. When you're the Temple of Terror champion, there's not much that actually scares you. You know what I'm saying? There's not much that can get you shaking in your boots. Okay, not when you're the Temple of Terror champion. I'm terrifying. Okay,
Yes, you are. You're terrifying when you look up at me trying to threaten me. That's really
ha, ha. Sorry. Ha.
Because you what, like 5'2"?
Listen, okay, Jim. Listen. First off, I'm 5'6", okay, and I wear boots, okay, which make me at least 5'8", okay, and we all know that when you're 5'8", you're really like 5'10", okay, and anybody who's 5'10", you know what I mean? They just go by 6 foot anyways.
Just round up.
You know what I mean? I'm basically like 6'1" is what I'm trying to say.
Regardless, I'm still 6'4".
Well, some of us, you know what I mean? How's the weather up there, huh?
Chilly.
The air's thin, okay? The air is thin up there, okay?
Right.
It's easier to breathe down here. That's what I'm saying. How's the oxygen, okay? Because I got it all. I got all the oxygen.
Shut it off. Oh, man, I tell you what, I'm going to have a talk with the Golden Idol.
You keep the idol out of this one, Jim.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I insult him and just call him Mark?
You will not use his Christian name.
He's Jewish. Oh, but anyway, on that note,
You will not use his government name.
His driver's license name. So going back to your training back in the early days, like I said, it was Tank and Robbie Starr and Jimmy Shane and them. How was their training in your mind, and how valuable were they for the knowledge that they've given you and their dedication to the business and all that?
Oh, dude, Tank! I can't thank Tank enough. Tank taught us just the importance of just paying attention to detail. Just every little detail is I think it's what matters in wrestling. I think people don't. It's hard to explain when you take stuff for granted. I guess it's not as smooth. It's hard to explain. I think Tank, that was his big thing though, was just paying attention to absolutely everything. We'd wrestle for like 2 or 3 minutes and he'd film it and then we'd sit there and watch the film. We'd break down that 3 minutes that was training. We'd break down that film for like 30, 45 minutes at a time. We would just talk about, you know what I mean? The punch, the kick, why you punch, why you kick, why you do the slam, why you work the arm, you know what I mean? Just telling the story. I think that's what's missing in wrestling nowadays, is telling a story with everything, man. It's not just because you're not in a program doesn't mean you don't tell a story when you're wrestling, dude. It's
right.
You gotta get the people into it. You gotta get the people to pay attention. You gotta make them want to see something, man. So, but that was it. And then later on, when Tank left, Robbie took over, and Robbie was more of a hands-on guy, and I can't thank him enough for also what he's done, man. He's also just it's different. Like Tank was very hands off for the most part. When Tank got in the ring, shit was about to go down. You know what I'm saying? French. Yeah, man. I miss him. I miss working with Tank. I haven't seen him in a while, so it's I thank him for anytime I get the chance to thank Sherman Tank, dude.
I say he's good people. I've known him for pretty much 20 something years. Like I said, when I started wrestling, he was down here in Columbus going to OSU. And so I started wrestling with him and back in the day.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, dude, he's just a wealth of knowledge, man. He's just one of the brightest people I've met in this business so far.
So with Donnie, it's kind of like the Rock and Sock connection. It was a Shank and Tank connection.
Hell, back in the day, we were mortal enemies. I've wrestled him more than I've wrestled any other person in wrestling. We used to beat the crap out of each other every time. We wouldn't even apologize and didn't even have to say it. We just knew that when we were going out there, we were bringing the heat, and we'd apologize afterwards if something went down.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, like I say, he was definitely my favorite opponent for sure.
For sure. I'm mad. I never got to wrestle him. I took the spine buster a couple times.
I would say you don't want to.
Never got to wrestle.
If you got fragile bones, like you say, you don't want to.
I mean, that'd be the thunder pancake right there.
So we established before we went on the air that you kind of aren't a big fan of haunted houses because the Temple of Terror champion is scared.
Now, that's not what I said, Jim. Okay, that's not what I said. I said Temple of Terror doesn't bother getting spooked. Okay, he doesn't waste his time with clowns and mummies and whatever and werewolves and creatures that go bump in the night. Okay, the Thunderbird's got wings. He flies in the sun. Okay, it's really bright up there. You know what I mean? Just like my future, bright.
So let me ask you something. If you were to bring yourself down to earth and go through a haunted house, I'm saying if, this is hypothetical, how would you feel if you went into a room and the Undertaker, or the Grim Reaper, I should say, was Onyx?
I'll tell you what I do, Jim. I'd walk through there and I'd stand at the feet, those massive feet of the Black Superman, and I'd look up and I'd say, I guess we got to do this now, huh? Yeah. That's what I'd say, Jim. Black Superman, he would look back and he'd say, okay, I guess we're doing this now. That's what he'd say. And then knowing Black Superman, I guess he would just probably gorilla press the Thunderbird through the ceiling because he's Onyx is a big boy. So he's
we just did Donnie worked with the Village of Obets, and we did a haunted attraction back on the 29th of October. And Onyx was a Grim Reaper in a scene there.
Oh, yeah.
He was in our cemetery. Yep. He's worked with me a couple of times. I got him hooked on it now. He's Carnage Haunted House, who I work with. He's been over there working in their graveyard, once a weekend and stuff through the whole haunt season. And then he worked our Obets one too. So yeah, I got him hooked on it now.
Oh, heck yeah. That'd be cool. I could see myself doing maybe being on that side of the aisle. If I'm the one grabbing feet, then or grabbing ankles or.
That's the way he is. He'll scare everybody to death, but he won't walk through the haunted house. He won't walk through it even with the lights on. I'll just say, hey, come walk through here with me so I can check and make sure everything's good and make sure there ain't nothing on the ground. He'll be like, nah, I'm good, brother. You go on.
No, dude. I've watched too much of that. Listen, my mind, okay, listen, there's nothing. This is me being paranoid, but there's nothing stopping that knife from being real. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing stopping the chain from actually being on that chainsaw. Okay. And if I get cut up and the people are just like, well, that's the haunted house. All right. I'm laying there dead. Okay. I'm bleeding out. All right. And no, that's not happening. You ever watch, oh shoot. It was like, it's like dude, it was like these people, they went across the country. I forget the name of the movie. They went across the country going haunted house to haunted house to haunted house. And by the end of the movie, it turns into a snuff film. You know what I mean? It like,
was it like the House of October build or something like that?
Yeah, that might have been it. They're all in an RV. There's like 4 of them. They just go haunted house to haunted house, and then they keep like seeing the same reoccurring people, and then eventually they all end up, dead. That's my fear. That's my fear. They close they close the coffin and it never opens up. That's yeah.
Yeah, they actually have a thing like that in a haunted house where you can get inside a coffin and they shut the lid and then it shakes and vibrates and makes sounds where it acts like it feels like you're getting buried alive.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. All right. I do swanton bombs. That's how I
That's how you defy death.
If I want to face death, I'll just jump off the top rope. Okay. I don't need to pretend to be buried. Not about it.
Well, I'll tell you something. I've worked in the haunted attraction industry for years, and the adrenaline rush that you have when you're doing a great match and you got a great spot that everybody's cheering for or booing, whatever you want them to do, scaring somebody is that same adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can see that. They both have they both got their level of crazy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
One's kind of psychopathic, and the other one's a little suicidal, I guess. But
yeah, both genres or whatever industries have their level of craziness. But what happens when you do both?
Oh yeah, that's why you're one of a kind, Donnie. That's I don't. Yeah, dude, I can just. I mean, I know the characters that wrestling pulls in, so I can just imagine the characters that you're seeing there.
Yeah, we come across some unique people, that's for sure.
I bet that's taking kayfabe to a different level right there.
Donnie and I have developed a course for haunted attraction actors called the WrestleHorror concept, which is incorporating certain pro wrestling moves into a haunted attraction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Make a scene more violent.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Between the actors. Between
mm-hmm.
Okay. For sure. I could see that. Some dude gets choke slammed. I'd be running the other way too, man.
Yep. I say we're developing it and stuff like that. And if I work with Obets again, which I think there's a good chance I am, I might try to take one room and turn it into a WrestleHorror concept scene and see what I can come up with, just to kind of test it out.
Oh, absolutely. You get them strobe lights going, dude, you're gonna have a few potatoes being thrown. That's all.
Yeah. You're like, I couldn't see you. Oh yeah, that's a part of it though.
For sure.
So you're not into horror films that much either? I think you said you had a favorite series that you watched.
Oh yeah, Saw, dude. Saw was my stuff. I'm not in movies in general. I don't have the patience to sit down and watch a movie. Believe it or not, I'm very I get distracted easily. So I don't. But horror movies, I guess I wasn't. I mean, I guess I've seen a couple of them. I like the Conjurings and the Saw movies. Those are probably my favorite horror. The I don't know, man, off the top of my head. I just I didn't like them when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
So not into the Freddys and the Michael Myers and the Jasons
Oh,
and none of that, huh?
No, dude, you're gonna hate me, but I've never ever seen an episode of Halloween. Never seen it. Never seen a single one.
Really?
Haven't seen the Jasons. Haven't seen the Elm Street. Nope. Haven't.
You haven't seen a Friday the 13th?
I'm a lame, dude. I'm a lame.
Well,
I don't know if I should be offended by that or not.
But he did mention something interesting, and I haven't said it in 3 or 4 episodes, so it's time for me to bring it up again.
Did 2020 take its toll on your fitness? Well, body slam the pandemic and get back in shape with WrestleFit. This innovative program combines all the fitness regimens you'll need to reach your goals. The WrestleFit workout will bring strength training, cardio, and the world of professional wrestling together in a fun, new, and exciting way. Have yourself a blast working out with dumbbells, kettlebells, slam balls, ropes, tires, and an 18-foot full-size wrestling ring. The WrestleFit workout isn't just for pro wrestlers. The WrestleFit workout is for everybody. At the Now Training Center, you can pursue your fitness goals and learn how to train like a professional wrestler without all the bumps, bruises, and slams with the WrestleFit workout. Go to www.newohiowrestling.com/training for more information, or stop by the Now Training Center at 625 Eastgate Parkway, Blacklick, Ohio, 43004, Unit 6137.
You said you like to watch The Conjuring.
Yeah.
September 9th of next year, Donnie, myself, Terry, and Chris, and Shauna Reed, and a guy I work with, we are all going to the original Conjuring house to investigate it.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Like the
paranormal investigators and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one that the movie's based off of. Like that house or the
real house. Yep.
Real house.
Yeah. How you feel about those Ghost Adventure TV shows?
Oh, Jim's a paranormal investigator. He's been doing it for years.
Oh yeah. So they're real then. Listen, so I don't want to insult your intelligence, but I've never seen I heard it takes a certain type of you gotta have a certain connection with the universe in order to see ghosts. Is that true? Because I don't know if my boys are messing with me, but I've been in rooms where Gino, for instance, okay. Gino had an old house where he had a ghost in his house. And I don't know if Gino was messing with me, but he said there was this little boy that would just walk around his house and he could see it and his wife could see it and our buddy could see it, but I couldn't see nothing, dude. So I don't know if they were all messing with me or what, but
basically you're probably closed-minded.
Oh yeah. Thanks, guy.
No. In a different manner of speaking.
No, I get you. I feel you.
I mean, I'm just saying, do you believe in ghosts?
I believe they, sure. I think I don't not believe in them, I guess.
Okay. Sometimes it does take a certain type of person to see them, but I've always been a skeptic. Up until about 2000, I didn't believe, and until I saw my first one, and from there it went on. But it takes a certain mindset, and I have no doubt that they all saw the little boy. I have no doubt whatsoever. If you watch animals can see ghosts too. Oh
yeah, my uncle had a cat that would never enter the bedroom because I guess his bedroom was haunted. So the cat would never enter the bedroom. But I think here's the thing though, I think when I was younger, I think I was able to see these spirits. I remember seeing a woman. I could tell you this story vivid as whatever, man. When I was younger, I remember this woman walking into my bedroom and I thought it was my mother. She was dressed just like my mother. And I started talking to her like she was my mom. And when she didn't respond, I walked up on it and it just disappeared. To this day, it just blows my mind that happened. But I've never been able to see or anything like that ever since. So I'm not saying ghosts don't exist. I guess my question is, what can I do to see them again? Is my question. And what do I do when I see them? Am I supposed to run away? Am I supposed to attack it? You know what I mean? Do I go in the fetal position and hope it don't mess with me, or?
It all depends, because there's two types of hauntings. Okay. There are active hauntings and there are residual hauntings. A residual haunting is kind of like a playback. It's a recording playback. It's just something that it's on a loop, more or less, because of certain amount of energy. But the one that all of the paranormal investigators I know achieve to see is the active haunting, in which you can interact with said ghosts. That being said, it all depends on their. I wouldn't run at all. To be honest, I would be more fascinated by what I can find out.
Oh, absolutely.
But there are also evil spirits out there, and that's where it gets a little bit nervous. And for anybody that's doing paranormal investigation, one way to keep evil spirits from attaching themselves to you or causing you harm is to make sure you have silver on your body.
Oh, okay. All right.
I wear a silver tree of life on my necklace, and my necklace is solid silver too, whenever I go do something like this. And you can bet it's going to be on when we go to the Conjuring house.
I'm wearing 3.
Don't forget your Depends, Donnie.
Oh yeah, I'll have my diaper on. I ain't gonna lie. But I've never been on one, so these will be my first handful of ones that we do. So
that'd be cool. That'd be all right. As far as like the Ghost Adventure shows and stuff, that's just because I watched all of those when I was younger, man. Me and my buddies used to get together on Fridays and watch it. Yeah, dude. And it's just every time. I mean, it's like they got somebody walking up the steps off camera, and then they're like, "Oh man, where are those steps coming from? Where's that sound coming from?" It's like, dude, it's obviously you know what I mean? Where's the light coming from? Well, the light's coming off your camera, dude. It's reflecting off the window. You know what I mean? But
well, I will say about Ghost Adventures, some of his stuff was legit.
You think so?
I do. So I'm not saying all of it is legit, but some of it, and one I can attest to 100% legit is when he went to Bobby Mackey's down in Kentucky. I've investigated that same location. It's a bar. It's a country dive bar, and just across the river from Cincinnati. And it's I've been there. I've investigated. I've seen things I can't explain. I've heard things I can't explain. I've watched things move on their own.
Yeah.
So I may not agree with all of his shows, but that one, the only thing I disagreed with him at that point in time is there is a malevolent spirit there. And one thing you should never do as a paranormal investigator is instigate it.
Yeah.
And he did instigate it, and he ended up with 3 claw marks across his back.
That's what I would, yeah, man. I just want to, I think if I could communicate with a spirit, dude, I think that'd be insane.
There are ways to do it, and I've got the equipment to do it with.
You mess with those Ouija boards? How's that work?
No, absolutely. Do not ever mess with a Ouija or a spirit board. That's inviting trouble.
Oh yeah, dude. My friends when they were younger, dude, I never did it. I don't mess with evil, dude. I don't like I don't joke around with that stuff, dude. But I think it's insane. We had this Ouija board when I worked at Kmart. That I swear would just this Ouija board would show up in different sections of the building. You know what I mean? It'd be in one aisle one day, it'd be in the back room the next day. And I mean, this could have very well been a coworker just messing with everybody, but I don't mess with that kind of stuff.
Well, was it an open box and had people been messing with it?
No, it was for purchase still. It was just your basic Ouija board, I guess.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, my wife and I both feel the same way about it. Messing with a Ouija board invites nasty spirits that will pretend to be nice. It's a portal. It's a way for them to communicate, and if it's a demonic type spirit, you could open yourself up to oppression or even possession.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Warning. He's like, no Ouija board. You said the word malevolent spirit. Does that mean like a bad spirit? So it's like that's like the heel spirits or whatever.
Yeah. Malevolence is evil, not nice. Heel spirits. Yeah.
Okay. So you've heard it in wrestling terms. I understand it better.
Yeah, there you go. It's a heel, Donnie. It's a heel ghost.
A heel ghost. Yep. Then when I see a ghost at the Conjuring, I'm like, look at that gimmick over there.
You're messing with the Ouija board, and you go, all right, malevolent spirit, what is your name? And then it starts to move. It starts to move around the board, right? And then you go, it doesn't matter what your name is, malevolent spirit.
See, now we got to try that.
Yeah. Now you gotta tell me how that turns out, Donnie. I'm not.
I'm not doing it.
Nope.
Not bring a Ouija board to that investigation whatsoever.
That'd be the place to do it, though, right?
Yeah.
If you really want to get effed up, it's like
you just bathe in holy water and
wear a suit of silver armor, and you're all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All that's going to protect you.
Silver bullets, man. So let me ask you this: How does a spirit get trapped? In like what keeps them on this plane, or you know what I mean? I'm a religious person myself, so what keeps you from not moving on to the next world? You know what I mean?
Okay, so there's a lot of theories and hypotheses about why, but the general consensus is that there was some form of unfinished business.
Okay. Like they just they had a mission to do, or their destiny was thwarted, or
it could be a personal thing. It's like something they wanted to do didn't get done, so they're still trapped here until they can accomplish that or find somebody to help them accomplish what they were trying to do.
Okay. So there's ways to like, you ever like help have you ever, you ever help a spirit? You know what I mean? Have you ever done it?
Personally, I have not. I've spoken to one. He's actually, my house is haunted too. And by the way, I live across the street from a huge cemetery.
Oh, nice.
My house is almost 100 years old. So, when I started working in the haunted, well, not when I started, but 2/3 of the way through my career in the haunted attraction industry, I branched off and formed my own business with a business partner of mine named Jason Henry. And 6 months after we started it, he died unexpectedly at the age of 41 from an aortic dissection. I'm sorry?
What's that? What's an aortic dissection?
Basically, his vein came apart from his heart.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm following you.
He was dead by the time he hit the floor.
I mean, I guess that's. Anyway, go on. Sorry for interrupting.
No, at least he went quick. That's the thing. It was painless, pretty much. But he and my wife had a love-hate relationship, and about 4 months after he passed, and we had gone to the funeral and everything, he started moving things around in the house. And he would mess with Chris and do noises. And I would watch my aunt. I've got 3 cats and 2 dogs. And they would just look around, and they'd look up in a corner, or they'd look at some other place. And finally I'd have to just say, Jason, I love you, brother, but stop it.
That's awesome.
And very similar to the Thunderbird, I have a phoenix tattoo on my back that is in honor of him.
Oh, heck yeah. That's great. That's great. That's more of a firebird, you know what I mean? But I see the connection. I see the connection.
Yeah. And it's got, his date of death on there, and it's I wanted that because he was my best friend and business partner.
Heck yeah.
But I personally haven't helped anybody. Now, on the other hand, my wife, Chris, she has helped people and helped spirits move on because she's got more of a psychic connection than I do. I'm more grounded in science, where she's more grounded in spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to talk to her and ask her about it, she could tell you more than I can.
Oh, for sure. She can help open my closed mind.
She probably could.
Let me see through my third eye. Let me
Right,
my chakras are blocked.
So yeah, that's where we stand there. And I always open, if we ever do any investigations in the area, we're welcome to, people are welcome to join us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll put a rain check on that one, but
so we got a growing list of people that want to do it so far, so it could be fun.
I don't know. It definitely, it's on the bucket list. I just want to, like I said, I just want to make the connection. I think that'd be sweet to communicate, but I also don't think it'd be as cool to shit my pants. So
that's where the diaper comes into play.
You get a diaper, you ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, just keep going.
In the middle of an investigation, scares the piss out of you, you're covered.
Yeah, no, cool. I'm all right.
So, Donnie, I think it's time to ask Jake the question.
All right. Yeah, this should be interesting. We're going to see how creative he can get. So we ask everybody this question every episode. There's no right or wrong answer. So we just basically like to get inside your mind and see what you got in there. So the question is, you are the main serial killer in your own horror film. What is your go-to kill?
My go-to kill? Okay, I'm going to strap people to firecrackers and watch them just rain down on
never heard that one either.
On the rest of society.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Make sure they're M80s.
Yeah.
Strap them down with a bunch of M80s and light them up.
Right?
Wow,
probably. I mean, I don't. That's a weird question, but
that was a weird answer, but a good one.
Weirder is how you answered that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get to finish the question. He threw it out there.
Oh man,
well, the streak continues.
So the Thunderbird's a little more twisted than we thought.
Maybe. Possibly. Like I said, dude, you gotta. I mean, your mind, you got a few screws loose if you're in the wrestling business to begin with. So,
Oh yeah, you have to.
And you got to have quite a few screws loose to be in the haunted attraction business too. So,
absolutely.
So Donnie's brain should be completely unscrewed.
I was gonna say I probably got more screws loose than I do tightened.
I think that's the biggest when I'm watching, and I think wrestling had nothing. How do I say this? After becoming a wrestler, I think I pay attention more to details, like I was saying, and the critic inside of me is always picking apart everything that I see, and I get distracted watching horror movies because I'm just my mind goes, what was this director thinking in order to pull this off? Like, how twisted must his mind be in order to write this stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like take Saw, for example. Like, how twisted of a mind do you have to have in order to even write something like that?
Right.
And come up with those kind of unique kills and creative kills. Yep.
Right? That's crazy to me.
Well, you know, there's a movie that Donnie and I both like, and we've actually had it's the movie's called Terrifier, and it's about a killer clown named Art the Clown. And we've actually had Art the Clown on the show. And we were talking about Terrifier, and one of the most unique kills in this film is a girl being sawed in half with a hacksaw lengthwise.
Had her hanging by her feet and her feet spread wide and just started from the groin and went all the way down.
That's insane to me. That's insane to me. Yeah,
and I guess they're coming out with Terrifier 2, and there's even more disturbing kills that's supposed to be in this one coming out.
Right.
Nope, not about it. But I mean, that's with all of them. It's just, how crazy do you have to be in order to think that somebody literally sat down and wrote this stuff down? You know what I mean?
Come out of their head.
Stuff. Like, if he didn't have directing for an outlet, how else would that be expressed? You know what I'm saying? We'd have some Jeffrey Dahmers on our hands if Hollywood didn't exist, I guess.
All right.
But,
well, there's another series that's got unique kills in it, and it's not necessarily by a serial killer, but by death itself. The Final Destination series.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I don't mess with carnival rides. Okay. I don't like tanning beds. I'm not about it. I'm not about it. Yeah.
Well, I
haven't seen those in years, but yeah, dude.
I rewatched the whole series during October. I didn't get to go out and do as much as I usually do in October because my wife at the beginning of October had a cancer scare. I'm happy to say that she's cancer free. The biopsy came back negative.
Nice.
But then a couple days after we got the results back of that, a drunk driver, we have on-street parking, and a drunk driver plowed into her car doing 60 3 minutes after she got out of it.
That's she's cheating death then, brother. She's
right. So, you know, her car, it was a little Mazda 2, and what was left of it was about half the size of what it normally was. That's how fast he was going.
That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, and he shoved it two doors down. It was in a neighbor's yard, 2 houses down, wasn't it?
Yep. Yep. Yes. Never even braked.
Didn't yeah, man. That's just that's unfortunate. I don't get why. I just don't. Drinking and driving, man, that's just
it's bad news.
Dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah. But that's what I was occupying my time with, was watching like Final Destinations and everything. Still one of my favorite ones is The Sheet of Glass. Do you remember that one?
No.
A kid and his mom were coming out of a skyscraper after going to the dentist, and they had a crane up there that was moving plate glass, and he went to chase a bunch of pigeons, and something happened to the harness, and the plate glass came flat.
Oh, yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. But see, stuff like that, and that's why I don't like those kind of movies, is because stuff like that can happen. All right. And I'm a paranoid guy. All right. So, that's nope. I'm gonna end up just living alone with my cat and not leaving the house, dude.
Cat and 3 deadbolts.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I got 16 locks on my door.
This is from a guy that,
and that's just the storm door. You should see the actual one.
is it a bank vault door or what?
Yeah. It's actually round. It's round, and I'm making Hobbit jokes, but it's
well, you're about the size of one, so.
Let me get this in the frame. Can you see this? It's my knee. It's my knee, Jim.
Okay.
That's a knee slapper. That's what that was.
All right. So I guess it's about time to wrap this up. But Jake, my gosh, this has been a fun talk. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
You are, in spite of everything, you are a really unique gentleman, and I enjoy being your friend and knowing you. And this was just a lot of fun.
No, thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me. This was fun. I'd just be playing Grand Theft Auto right now if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you for making me productive.
Well, there you go.
So
speaking of productive, if I can interrupt real quick, what's one piece of advice you could give like an aspiring wrestler or somebody wanting to get in the wrestling business, or somebody that's just started training, something that, you know, that's stuck with you that would possibly help somebody out in that situation?
Nike, man, just do it. I guess just whatever it is. Go to training. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to do anything, dude. Go to training, do the move. You know what I mean? Jump off that rope. You know, go to the town. And I'm bad at following my own advice because I also need to just do it. But go put yourself out there, man. Nothing's gonna happen unless you do it. So just do it.
Go.
Excellent. My name is Meathook Jim, along with my co-host Donnie Hoover and our special guest, the Thunderbird Jake Ely. The one and
sorry, Jim.
The one and only Temple of Terror champion.
The one and only. Not even, yeah, we're not going to talk about Fields. The one and only.
Why I didn't mention Fields, but thank you for joining us. Go out and support independent wrestling. Check online to see where there's local shows going on. You won't be disappointed, especially if you find a show with Jake in it.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to plug your social media, Jake?
For sure. I'm at Turkeyfoot Jake on just about everything. So follow me on Instagram. I do some Facebook stuff, but that's pretty much it. Follow my Instagram, Turkeyfoot Jake.
There you go.
Awesome. Once again, I'm Meathook Jim, Donnie, Jake Ely. Guys, it's been a peach.
Oh, yeah. See you guys.
See ya.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media outlets: Facebook.com/WrestleHorror, Instagram @WrestleHorror, Twitter @WrestleHorror, on YouTube at the WrestleHorror channel. And you can also find us on our website, www.WrestleHorror.com.